time of barley harvest, Ruth lovingly went to work gleaning for the support of Naomi and herself, and by chance she lighted upon the field of Boaz. Ruth 2. 1-18 When she told Naomi in whose field she was working, Naomi recognized the hand of Jehovah in the matter, inasmuch as Boaz was a near kinsman of Elimelech and therefore one of their repurchasers. She encouraged Ruth to bring this fact to Boaz's attention. Ruth 2. 19. 3. 18 Boaz quickly responded, following the customary legal procedure in repurchasing Elimelech's property from Naomi. Ruth then became the wife of Boaz in Naomi's behalf, in accord with the law of levirate, or brother-in-law, marriage. When a son was born to them, the neighbor ladies gave it the name Obed, saying, "A son has been born to Naomi." Thus Obed became legal heir to the Judean house of Elimelech. Ruth 4. 1-22. Naphish possibly from a root meaning soul. The 11th listed of Ishmael's 12 sons. GE 25. 13-16. 1ch1. 29-31 As chieftain, he also headed an Ishmaelite tribe that took his name and presumably resided in territory bordering on the or any frontier of the Promised Land. In the days of Saul, the Israelite tribes of Reuben, Gad, and the half-tribe of Manasseh living east of the Jordan successfully made war on the Hagrites and their confederates, including the tribe of Naphish, and captured a great quantity of livestock and people. 1ch5. 10, 18-22 It is possible, as some scholars suggest, that these Naphish captives were put to work as Nethinim servants of the sanctuary and that after the return from Babylonian exile their descendants were called the sons of Nephushim, or Nephusim. NE 7. 46, 52. As 2. 43, 50. Naphtali middle. My wrestlings. 1. The second son born to Jacob by Rachel's maidservant Bilhah in Paddan Aram. GE 35. 25, 26. X1. 1, 4. 1ch2. 1, 2 Since Bilhah had substituted for her mistress Rachel, Naphtali, like his older full brother Dan, was considered by barren Rachel as her own son. Although her sister Leah by then already had 4 sons GE 29. 32-35, Rachel was elated over her success in getting a second son through her maidservant and exclaimed, "With strenuous wrestlings I have wrestled with my sister. I have also come off winner." The name given to this son, Naphtali meaning my wrestlings, appropriately expressed Rachel's feelings at the time of his birth. GE 30. 2-8. Later, Naphtali himself became the father of 4 sons, Jaziel, Guni, Jezza, and Shallum. GE 46. 24. 1ch7. 13 When the dying patriarch Jacob related to his sons what would happen to them in the final part of the days, his statement about Naphtali, though one of the briefest, was favorable. GE 49. 1, 2, 21. 2. The tribe of Israel named after Naphtali and composed of 4 tribal families descended from his sons Jaziel, Guni, Jezza, and Shillem. New 26. 48, O text to acute miritra longo. Naphtali 470 inheritances, Pedahel, as divinely appointed representative of the tribe of Naphtali, assisted Joshua and Eleazar the priest in this. New 34. 16, 17, 28. Jos 19. 51. Land inheritance. The territory assigned to the tribe of Naphtali was situated in the northern part of the Promised Land. The 34. 1, 2 On the east it was bounded by the Sea of Galilee and the Jordan River. For some distance the territory of Asher extended along the W border. The region assigned to Zebulun bounded Naphtali both on the W and S, and Issachar lay to the S. Compare Jos 19. 32-34. The reference to Naphtali's boundary reaching to Judah at the Jordan Jos 19. 34 evidently does not mean that it extended to the territory of the tribe of Judah, situated a considerable distance east of Naphtali. In this case Judah probably refers to the region of the Jordan occupied by the family of Je. Although reckoned as a Manasseh by reason of his paternal grandmother New 32. 41. Jos 13. 29, 30, Je, through his paternal grandfather, was a descendant of Judah. 1ch2. 5, 21, 22. So the region given to the family of Je might appropriately be called Judah on the basis of Je's ancestry. Included in the territory of Naphtali were 19 fortified cities and their settlements. Jos 19. 35-39. One of these cities, Kadesh, was given to the Levites and assigned a sacred status as a city of refuge. Jos 20. 7, 9. Two other cities, Hamath Hamath Dor Haman and Katan Kiriataim, were likewise designated for the Levites. Jos 19. 35. 21. 6, 32. 1ch6. 62, 76. From Bethshemesh and Bethanath, two other cities of Naphtali, the Canaanites were not driven out but were subjected to forced labor. JG 1. 33. The land once occupied by the tribe of Naphtali, though Mount Venus Jos 20. 7, is fruitful. Especially fertile are the triangular plain of Gennesaret on the NW side of the Sea of Galilee and the Hula region. Moses' blessing directed to Naphtali perhaps alludes to the land inheritance of the tribe. Naphtali is satisfied with the approval and full of the blessing of Jehovah. To take possession of the west and south. The 33. 23. West may also be rendered sea as FTN or Lake RS, and therefore could denote the Sea of Galilee. And south perhaps designates the southernmost territory of Naphtali bordering on that sea. There is also a possibility that the text, though alluding to the Sea of Galilee, should read the sea and its fish are his possession. In WFTN. From the time of Judges to the exile. In his deathbed prophecy Jacob had referred to Naphtali as a slender hind. GE 49. 21. This may have alluded to the tribe's swiftness and skillfulness in warfare, and the history of the tribe appears to bear this out. 10,000 men from Naphtali and Zebulun courageously responded to Barak's call to battle against the well-equipped forces under the command of Sisera and, thereafter, were blessed with victory. Barak himself evidently was of the tribe of Naphtali, as Kadesh in Naphtali was apparently his home. JG 4. 6-15. 5. 18. The tribe of Naphtali also gave support to Judge Gideon in the fight against the Midianites. JG 6. 34, 35. 7. 23, 24. Years later 1,000 chiefs and 37,000 other warriors of the tribe of Naphtali came to Hebron to make David king over all Israel. From as far as Issachar, Zebulun, and Naphtali, food was brought for the feasting done in connection with that event. 1ch 12. 23, 34, 38-40. Under the leadership of King David, the tribe of Naphtali appears to have had a notable part in subduing the enemies of Israel. PS 68. Sup. 1, 27. Some decades after the division of the Kingdom of Israel, Naphtali experienced harassment from Syrian King Ben-Hadad I 1 Chi 15. 20. 2ch 16. For about 2 centuries later, during Pekah's reign, inhabitants of Naphtali were taken into Assyrian exile by Tiglath-Pileser III. 2 Chi 15. 29. Nearly a century after the overthrow of the northern kingdom, Judean King Josiah Textoi Acute Miritra Longo, Nathan 471 sent to arrest him to exclaim, "Never has another man spoken like this." Jo 7. 46. Referred to in visions. In Ezekiel's vision, Naphtali's land assignment lay between Asher and Manasseh as 48. 3, 4. And one of the gates of the city Jehovah himself is there was named after Naphtali. As 48. 34, 35. Also in vision, the Apostle John heard that 12,000 had been sealed out of the spiritual tribe of Naphtali. Re 7. 4, 6. Naphtahim Naphmiddle.Shuhim. Listed as among the descendants of Mizraim, the son of Ham. GE 10. 6, 13, 14. 1ch 1. 11, 12. As with the other names in this list, scholars usually take the apparent plural form to indicate a tribe or people. Assuming the name to derive from some geographic relationship, scholars often associate Naphtahim with an Egyptian phrase meaning those of the delta, and on this basis the Nephtahim are included among the inhabitants of lower northern Egypt. The correctness of these views is not as yet conclusive. Narcissus Namidaldusissus, head of a household in Rome. When Paul wrote his letter to the Romans, he requested that his greetings be given to those from the household of Narcissus who are in the Lord. Row 16. 11. Nard. The precious perfumed oil that Mary, the sister of Lazarus, applied to Jesus' head and feet. By reason of its costliness, Nargia Nadashtus was often subjected to adulteration and even counterfeiting. It may be noteworthy, therefore, that both Mark and John use the expression genuine nard. Mr. 14. 3. Joe 12. 3 valuable ointments sealed in a small alabaster container anciently served as a good investment. Joe 12. 5. C. Spikenard. Nathan Nathanagot has given. 1. A descendant of Judah, the son of Athiah and father of Zabad. Nathan's grandfather was an Egyptian servant named Jara. 1 Ch. 2. 3, 34-36. 2. A prophet of Jehovah during David's reign, possibly of the tribe of Levi. When the king revealed to Nathan his desire to build a temple for Jehovah's worship, the prophet replied, "Everything that is in your heart, go, do." 2 7. 1-3. 1 Ch. 17. 1, 2. However, that night Jehovah informed Nathan that instead of David's building a temple, Jehovah would build for David a lasting house, and that later on David's descendant would build the house of Jehovah. Thus through Nathan, Jehovah announced to David a covenant for a kingdom to time indefinite in David's line. 2 7.